It's the Sebastian for the Metal Club podcast, and today I am joined by.
Hey, this is Sean from Sandveiss.
You've literally just released Standing in Fire. I think it's a fantastic album. How pleased are you with the feedback so far?
Oh well, I mean we're very stoked. After working on this album for uh, almost the whole pandemic, we started in 2020, and so yeah, we're really excited to release. We released it on the 11th. So yeah, I mean, it was so many ups and downs, and you know how it goes. Probably, I mean, making an album, there's so many details and so many things that goes on, and so finally, last week on Friday, essentially, we released the album. So very excited to play also live, and yeah, we've gotten really good reviews, nice comments from people, so very psyched about it.
That's great to hear. I really like Bleed Me Dry. I think that's a fantastic song. But what would you say is your favourite today and why?
Wow. Uh, I mean, we've just started playing, really rehearsing the songs recently because we have a small, bout of dates coming, and yeah, I mean that one is like a top one for me too, like playing wise. It's one of the heavier songs that we've done. It's an A, so yeah, it's like in drop A. So we've never done that before, so that's kind of like a new thing. And also vocally on that one, we've Luke, the singer, essentially went further than he's ever gone vocally, and discovered new things with his voice during the pandemic that he never knew he could do. So essentially, on that song, he felt that that was a good one to do this on. So essentially, as you can probably, or you'll hear essentially while you're listening to the album, that one's a little bit more edgier and more raspy and stuff. So yeah, I think that one's one of my favorites too. Rising is also one.
Okay,
I'll
brilliant.
be Rising, the opener.
Do you all get involved with the lyrics or is it as one person?
So Luke is the one who does the most of the lyrics. We go back and forth together. I guess I'm a little bit more bilingual. I guess Luke is also French, like me, speaks French, I should say, more than English. So I was lucky that early in my life I was exposed to English, and so I know what works and doesn't a lot of the time. So we go back and forth, and then I can suggest other words that he could use and how to approach that stuff, that type of stuff, formulations of phrases, and so yeah. But it's more Luke who writes the songs. I wrote one song essentially on the last album lyrically, and so yeah.
Brilliant. So did you guys have a release party on release day or is that going to happen soon?
Well, we don't have a release party, but we're going to be playing on the coming 5 or 6 dates that we're doing. We are gonna play in Quebec City, so that will be the release party if you want.
Right. I mean,
Yeah.
Canada's obviously huge. I've interviewed a fair few bands from Canada in the past. How easy is it to get about then from city to city? And I mean, it's fast, isn't it? I mean, do you go down to the USA
Yeah.
as well? Is that possible?
Well, it's easier to play in Canada than in US these days because to go play music in the US is really hard. It's really complicated, like visa-wise and stuff like that. Probably the other musicians will tell you the same. When you're planning a tour, you have to really plan in advance or something because otherwise it's really complicated. it's it's a lot of paperwork and stuff, but yeah, your main question, I guess, for Canada is, yeah, you have to like driving. Otherwise, everything is wide, it's spread apart, and that's fine. I mean, the furthest we've been, I think, is driving for playing essentially is in Toronto, and that's like 10 hours away
Wow.
from here.
Right.
So yeah, but in
That's
between that, you're like, okay, there's Quebec City. Pardon?
that's insane. That's like 10 hours. It's like going to London and back from where I live. I live in the northeast, and it's just insane.
Okay,
It's insane.
that's like top to bottom, I guess.
Yeah, basically, yeah, twice.
Okay.
Mad. That's mad. All right, so can you
Well,
give sorry, can you give us a little bit of idea then about the album cover and what that means?
yeah, the cover. We me and Luke, we knew about the person who did the cover before even we started working on the album, and her name is Amanda Morley, and she essentially came up with some collage work. So that's analog art mixed with some digital art, especially the final if you want an image. Also, a person called Caroline Morin, and she did like more of the digital, if you want, work, but it's essentially a collage of images. And if you go see an example on Spotify or any other, streaming platform, or even on YouTube, we released two other singles that essentially are cover, analog pieces of art, if you want, that she made for specifically for those two songs. So yeah, we really like those old types of ways of doing it. The hypnosis type of cover. From like, I don't know, Wish You Were Here, or so many of the '70s. So we kind of wanted to use that type of vibe, but still make it modern a little bit.
Brilliant. So, what about
So yeah.
fan base? Do you have a big fan base in Canada and even worldwide? And are there plans to eventually maybe get into Europe for a tour?
Yeah, I mean, evidently, at home we have a pretty good fan base. It's limited just because of the type of music that we play. Essentially, I would say is more popular in Europe and primarily UK, Europe, Scandinavia, places like that. US as well. So we've only gone two times ever to play, other places other than our country. So that's a big point at the top of the list. Is, yeah, we want to play more, in the States and in Europe. So yeah, that's one thing we really want to do more.
It is an absolutely stellar album. Would you say this has been your biggest career accomplishment so far as a band?
Wow. I would say it's an evolution of what we all love, essentially, and it's hard to say that. For me, at least, it's hard to say that this is like the pinnacle. I like it, evidently, and it's been a long time coming. So I'm really stoked and about it. But I still love everything that we've done before. I mean, it's like the first album, Scream Queen, and second one, Saboteur, who's we that was kind of like also a shift. It was still us, but we went more of a down-tuned sound, and so it's a little heavier because of that. And then this one is kind of like a mix of all of that, and then adding more elements, example keyboards and stuff like that we love. So I played some organ and some mellotrons, and Luke played some piano, and we synths. Nothing that would warrant having to have a keyboard player, but for the album, you know, we thought it would really fit well, and we did it on the previous one too. So it was just like logical for us that, you know, that we wanted to do that. So, I mean, getting back to the question about, you know, is this our, for me, I think it is our best, possibly our, you know, album. I think from front to back, I think we did you know, I like it. Hopefully people will too, you know.
I think it's fantastic. I mean, I was thinking about this today. You know, I don't really get a chance to review. I'm so busy with other stuff, so I do band interviews and that. Then you get so much music sent through like every day. The world's changed from when I first started doing it. And it's like something comes along and pops up like that. Fuck, that's brilliant. I love that. That's what I think about your album. I think it's fantastic. And it must be so difficult for you guys as a band, to be able to like keep your head on the parapet all the time. It can't be easy. You just can't keep up. It's bad.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we're not trying to, you know, we're just doing what
At least it, mate,
feels
really, in a
right
way.
at the time.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, we're not really thinking about what we did previously. Yes, we want it to sound like us. I think we now know what works for us and what where we should go and where we shouldn't. So I think you know, after your third album and 10 years of being a band, almost, yeah, even 11, 12, I think, yeah, we kind of now, we know we have to go this way, and we try to fuse everything that we like musically and then use what's going on in the world to inspire us lyrically. So
Yeah, well, that's good
we
though.
haven't really invented the wheel, you know.
It's good though in a way. I mean, you've got like a good PR company like Asher Media behind us, and so you're getting noticed and you're getting out there. So that's fantastic. It is.
Yeah.
It's frustrating for me as a lover of music and metal and everything. I can't like. I'd love to be able to say, "Oh yeah, I'm going to go listen to your back catalogue." I haven't got time. And someone sent me. I keep getting these emails saying, "Oh, can you review an album that we released in 2019?" I'm like, "Oh, sorry, 2019. You're joking." But anyway, so where was it? Okay, so a bit more fun questions now. Then, if you were locked in a room for a week, which two albums would you take with you?
Van Halen one.
Yeah,
For sure.
yeah.
And then, oh my God, so many, so many, so many. Pale Communion from Opeth.
Oh, that's different. Yeah, I like that. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I saw.
So,
Opeth.
you know,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I saw.
I'm a
Opeth.
big fan,
Yeah,
of them.
saw them in Fangarola in Spain just before crazy COVID, 2000 and was it 18 or 19 anyway. But they played in the daytime and it didn't really like work at the festival. It's so much more of a night band, aren't they? But yeah, they were fantastic though. Absolutely.
I saw them once in Montreal, and it was Red Fang
Right.
opening, In Flames, and then Opeth. It was it was amazing. Yeah,
That's
amazing night.
amazing.
It was during that Pale Communion tour cycle.
Right. Yeah. Three of my favourite bands, In Flames as well.
Yeah.
All right, man. So, if you could do a cover then of any song, which one would it be and why?
A cover.
Yeah.
Actually, we've done that kind of.
Right.
We yeah, well, with the band, you know, we did an EP of kind of like a tribute to Sabbath. If
Did you?
yeah, if you will go, you can go see. Well, we did during the pandemic. We did that. So yeah, we did two acoustic versions and two electric versions of you know, four different Sabbath songs. So if you're interested, go. You can listen to it pretty much on any digital platform. Sabbath was a big influence, or is still, you know. Doing a cover, I don't know. I mean, it's a good question. I don't know how I would. It's kind. I would need more time to analyze that because there's. um, yeah, I don't know how to answer that one.
Okay,
Too
so
many choices.
what's your favorite Black Sabbath song then?
Uh, I think "Children of the Grave" is one of the my favorite. I mean, it's such an amazing riff.
Yeah,
Uh, first time I heard that, it was one of my first discs that I got when I was young.
right.
And then when I heard that song come on, I was like, "Oh my God, what's going on?" I was like 10 or something. And yeah, I think that's my problem. And we covered that one in the in the EP. So
Okay, I'll definitely be checking that out.
yeah,
All right,
yeah.
mate. So then, can you tell us why we should buy and listen to your new album, Standing in the Fire?
I mean, why? Wow. I mean, if you like to support bands, which is nowadays, everybody has it easily for free, which is,
Mm,
how it is nowadays. I would say any band that you like or that you feel that, wow, okay, I like this album and you're listening to it, well, why not buy it and help those bands out, That's how I feel about it. When I listen to an album and I'm listening to it on repeat, I'm gonna order the LP for sure. That's how I do it.
yeah,
I mean, any band and some. So for us, I would say it's the same thing. If you like what you hear, then why not help us out a little and buy the album?